Hello everybody, welcome back to Hermitcraft. My lawyer has asked me to meet him at the courthouse so I can actually do a deposition. I know, I was weirded out by that as you were, so everybody enjoy.
There she is.
Hi!
There's my Cleabird. Cleo, how are ya?
I'm alright, Skiz. How we doing?
I'm doing all right. Now listen, I'm going around, I'm collecting all the possible information I can for this case, and it's very important that I actually hear a proper retelling of what Cleabird says. Why don't we step on in here?
Of course.
See if we can find a comfortable space for us, and I don't want to make you too uncomfortable, but I want you to relive that day. I want you to step me through
the
who
trauma.
was there. Yeah, I do. Tell me. Talk to me, client. Tell me what you experienced.
What I experienced? Well, I had gotten Ren to come over to help me with a beacon, and that's why he was there. I was just digging my giant hole, and I needed help. And then Doc came over and started shouting about his diamond block and his redstone, and like how traumatized or how, I don't know. He was just being Doc about things and shouting and saying, "You took my redstone." So, you know, didn't start off
visibly upset.
He was perturbed. Let's call it that. And then he says, I said, "Okay, I think you're making a little bit of a big deal about this." And then he says, like, "I'm really upset about this. This is emotional damage." And he goes, "I'm going to make you understand how it feels." And then he walks over to my pig, the special pig, the pig that had been shot directly into the depths of hell. And then he says, then he asked me, "Are you emotionally attached to this pig?" And I said, "Yes." And then he killed the pig to show me how it, to show me how it felt for his redstone.
Now, Cleo, in your words, why does Doc think that you stole his goods?
I don't know. Me and Doc are just like, you know, we're not at loggerheads right now because I thought we'd buried the hatchet. But, you know, sometimes I wind Doc up because it's funny.
Sometimes you wind him up. Okay. Now, as far as you know, he just assumed that you stole his goods. He never saw you take anything.
Oh, no, because I never take anything because that's wrong.
Very good, very good. So he's assuming. He comes over, he inflicts the pain.
Yep.
He decides that Cleo's going to pay for a crime in which you did not commit, and he took it upon himself, and you saw him strike down the pig with his own hand.
With his own hand. And then he admitted it to multiple people after that. Do you think you're going to be unjustly sentenced, Doc?
I don't think he's going to be unjustly sentenced at all.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So you reckon he's going to be justly sentenced? I get it.
Aha, here we are. Welcome, guys. Welcome, audience, as well. Joe, you're going to be representing Doc, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes. Your Highness.
Your Highness, you have never been more accurate in your assessment of my representation of
That's
this
right.
fine
That's
fellow
right.
right here.
Perfect. And Skiz, you'll be representing Cleo.
That is correct, Your Highness.
Okay, there's a 5-strike system. If you look up above your heads, this is my new patented 5-strike system. If you do something wrong, if you insult me, or if you make me upset, or if I have to tell you to get back in line, you get a strike. All right? And if you reach 5 strikes, you're out. You're going to
find a motion to give them a strike to start with.
No, don't try to game the system. There is also, within this...
I mean, that feels like that's already a strike
So
for
he's giving
them.
them strikes on our own. You're like, we don't have to do anything.
No, this is an example. If you do something to make me happy, I could remove strikes at some point. Okay? I just lost all my snowballs. I got to restock.
I'd like to...
Joe...
I'd like to say I witnessed a murder.
All right, Doc will be representing himself, it looks like. So slide on over. A seat there. And Oh, perfect. Joe's back. Joe's here. Okay.
I just wanted to shoot the light to test it.
Oh, right. Oh, hey, welcome back, Joe. Welcome back.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Okay, well, that actually
Sorry
brings me to
about
my
that,
next
Joe.
point. Just in case anybody dies, if you go in, there's a jury deliberation room under construction. If you want to set your spawn, there's a bed in there.
Feels
Okay,
like-
just make it easy to get back.
Feels like a good
'Cause these
idea.
things
Just
can get heated.
Yeah, it does.
Doc, why don't you swing on by and set your spawn?
Yeah.
Just
How
in
thoughtful
case.
of you, Your Highness. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I went over 5-strike system. Make me mad, gain a strike, make me happy, lose a strike. 5 strikes, you're out. Oh. All right. We're gonna start with the plaintiff side. We're gonna let the plaintiff, Cleo, if you want to come up, or you want to have Skiz represent you. Skiz. Okay.
I will be representing.
Okay.
And here we go. Your Highness,
Yes.
people of the court, it is my privilege to represent Cleo against Mr. M77 in this case of the slaughtered pig. Now, I believe that there are those who think we're here to prove whether Doc did or didn't slay said pig. However, I suggest to you the sheer fact of the murder having taken place at the hands of this man is not only something I can prove without the shadow of a doubt, but in fact a distraction to the real case here. In that case, you may ask, the fact that a taste for bacon he did not have. He did, however, have a taste for unfounded retribution as he deliberately and forcefully thrust his sword into said swine for no other reason than to cause intentional emotional distress to my client. Furthermore, I'll prove that Doc has displayed a pattern of abuse to those around him as a means by which to dominate, overshadow, and intimidate anyone and everyone he may come into contact with who deems but the slightest threat to his comfort and to his ego. Your Highness, I submit to you Exhibit A.
Cleo, do you like this pig over there?
yes.
Do you have any personal attachment to it?
I mean, yes.
How did that feel?
Wow. Yeah, okay. So not only does the video provide all the proof needed of Doc being the killer, but I'm willing to bet we all saw something a little bit more sinister there. You can clearly see that before he committed the act, he wanted to know one thing and one thing only. Was this going to cause Cleo pain? He investigates her affection for the pig to ensure that the fatal blow held much bigger implications than simply ending Porky. Ladies and gentlemen, Doc wanted nothing more than to hurt Cleo. That was his only intention, his only goal. And that is without a doubt clear proof of the intentional infliction of emotional distress. Thank you, Your Highness. Nothing further.
Wow, that was really good.
Really
Okay,
good.
that was fantastic. But the camera is over here, so if you could do that again and look into the camera for me. Start from the beginning. Well, first of all, how do you plead? On
I
this
plead the
thing?
5th. I plead the 5th,
You pleading the 5th.
right? What do I
Your
plead?
Honor, as you know, this is a television court. We are not constrained by the United States or the Great British or German cultural norms. We don't necessarily have to plead guilty or not guilty at this point, unless you, Your Highness, deem this a binary choice. How
No.
open-minded and open-ended do you want this to be?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go with the flow around here. It's loose and casual.
Fantastic, Your Honor.
That fell apart, huh?
Your Honor, Your Highness, I have to say, this court is beloved by millions of viewers all over the world. It is esteemed as a place where two adults who act like children can come to have their differences settled by you in the most entertaining manner. Now, what we have today is a diversion, but not the fun kind, a diversion of justice. Cleo is undermining that dignity by bringing to the court today not an unsettled matter between two adults acting like children, but a pretty definitively settled matter between an adult and a large baby.
Right.
B-dubs, you have a baby yourself. You have
I
had
do.
more than one. In fact,
Yes.
you know that babies love to crawl around and explore the world. And they sometimes, when they're on the carpet there, they'll just grab something and scoop it up and they'll put it in their mouth. And you will come up to that baby and you'll say, "Hey, pal, what you got there?" And that baby is so excited to share their experience with you. They love you, they know
Right.
you, they trust you. They take whatever's in their mouth and they put it directly into your mouth. That's all that's occurred here. Doc was under extreme emotional distress, and Skiz is claiming that he shared that emotional distress with Cleo when Cleo was unable to communicate with him in a way that he understood. He attempted to reach out and make something that was so self-evident to him evident to her. All we have here is a case of a grown adult mistreating a baby. And I think that's disrespectful to you. That's disrespectful to the court. And the case should be dismissed. You know, Cleo has a lot of communication problems. I have heard that Cleo also attempted to bring you some diamonds in a recent transaction. What
Yes.
a foolish idea. Because you are not motivated by wealth. You have a beautiful farm that you labor on. You love animals.
Yeah.
Cleo supposedly loved this pig, but doesn't demonstrate a reciprocal love for animals with you. That seems highly unlikely to me. I don't know. I feel like what we have here is a case of Cleo misunderstanding this incredibly well-meaning young man who was merely attempting to demonstrate the grief he was experiencing through example.
I'm going to kill him.
Interesting.
kill him.
Okay. Did you say I'm going to kill him? Okay. That's first of all a strike.
Stay
and,
quiet.
You're not allowed to speak. That's my spanking rockets. All right. You speak
Apologies.
when it's
Your
your
Honor?
turn.
Your Honor?
Huh?
May I be
Put
heard?
the sword away. Put the sword away.
You're
Kind of rude, but just
Sorry. It's supposed to be aimed at. I got the
Stop
seats
talking.
mixed up. It's hitting skids over and over. Sorry. But that's going to be 2 strikes for getting a weapon out and for speaking kind of. You know, I know Joe was wrapping it up. You were wrapping it up, right, Joe?
Your Honor, the defense rests.
The defense rests. Okay. See now you can do your little
Well done.
whispering thing. So go ahead and make sure to look into the camera.
hang on, where's the camera?
You're gonna hurt
Gotta
her.
This
do it
one
this
over
way.
here.
Gotta do it
I
this
can't
way.
believe you. I told you don't bring any weapons.
You didn't tell me
Don't
not to
bring
bring
any
any
weapons.
weapons.
Well, it's implied. So just stay quiet. Just
I
stay
don't
quiet.
want to stay quiet. I want to murder the both of them.
Okay,
'cause
okay, no, you don't.
All
say
right,
it.
all right.
Okay,
all right.
We're
We're headed to round 2. Okay. We're headed to round 2, and for this round, Skiz, are you planning on representing again
Absolutely.
or doing a thing?
Yes, I plan on doing a thing.
All
I
right,
do plan
all
on
right.
doing-
Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, okay. Go ahead, go for it.
Your Highness, in
Yeah.
my opening speech, I discussed the fact that Doc has a pattern of intimidation, and to prove my point, I would like to call Ren Diggity Dog to come on up to the stand. I have a
What?
question for you, sir. I deposed
All right.
Ren before this fine court day, and I learned something that conflicts with the hard evidence I showed, and I think that we can all agree. Ren Diggity,
If you'll give me a moment,
Is
I'm
it-
setting
is
up my lawyer.
you take your time, sir.
Does
I've
he need
lawyered
to
up.
swear on False's head? Is that what we're doing?
No swearing in this court.
It's
Your Honor,
I've-
whilst
I've
they're doing
been
this,
kid
can I
friendly.
just can I point out that
Okay.
Doc left
Yes,
the
that's-
side door open to the jury quarters?
All right, that's going to be a strike.
Should I close it
That's
for
a
you,
strike.
Your Honor?
Yes, and you lose a strike for
Thank
that.
you.
Good job. Yes.
Wait.
1-1.
Good job,
Just be
Leo.
cool, man. Just be cool.
Okay.
Now, Ren Diggity, when I sat down with you to get a retelling of what had happened on that day, your testimony was that you didn't see Doc strike down this pig. Is that correct?
Give me a moment to confer with my my own lawyer, if you will. Do I answer this question?
What in the heck?
How did you
I
do
am. I cannot recall.
You cannot recall. Cannot recall. You do
You
not
can't recall what happened?
This was less than
I
24
cannot recall
hours
if I
ago.
cannot recall.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play Exhibit A for you one more time, but I want you to listen to the third voice in the mix here.
Okay.
Cleo, do you like this pig?
over there?
Yes.
Do you have any personal attachment to it?
I mean, yes.
Mm-hmm. And then the strike.
How did that feel?
Wow. And there we are. There we are. That is clearly the laughter of Ren Diggity Dog, who was there to witness and bask in it. It seems like he was enjoying it. But I suggest he was not. I believe he was acting out of fear. In fact, when I deposed him, he told me that he never saw him striking down. He told me that he thinks that it could have been a fourth person. Yet he clearly saw the entire thing happen. This right here is proof that this man loves to intimidate. This is what he gets off on. Oh. This is what he likes to do. Oh. That is step 2. Thank you for your time.
He's got a
Nothing
weapon.
further.
Who's got a weapon? Who?
Dog just pulled out a bow.
Okay.
Lies.
Keep the weapons out.
Keep it civil.
Keep the weapons out.
I would like to prove.
Keep the weapons out.
Now they say, I would also like to call to the stand Beef.
Ow.
Beef, if you would come join me.
Hold on. Do you get a double witness ask? Do you get to ask for double witnessing? That's fine.
He's presenting
his case.
Fine.
He's presenting his case.
Well, what about, can we do like a cross-examine, Skiz? Would that be okay?
Absolutely. You're a witness.
All right. Back up you go. Sorry, you got to set up.
That's okay. Get him, Joe.
Your friend here.
Got to set up my lawyer again. Lawyer full symmetry. Yes.
Do you have any idea why we would want you to say that you didn't see Doc do this when our entire case is basically predicated around the idea that he did do it? I have no idea why you might have gotten the impression it was bad for us or this case that Doc killed Cleo's pig. That is in no way disputed. It feels to me that, once again, Skiz is just wasting everyone's time, dragging Ren up here to complicate things. And to what end? This is more evidence that Cleo is a poor communicator. She can't control her man.
Objection, argumentative.
That's not a real objection.
Okay, we've got our first objection. We're going to throw this one to the heads or tails machine and see if we're going to allow it. The heads or tails, if you look up top, we've got 2 lights. On the left is heads, on the right is tails. Skiz, which do you pick?
I will pick heads, sir.
Heads. All right, here we go. It takes a while to prime up. Just a second. Okay, here we go. All right, we're flipping. All right. And any second now. Just one moment. And it's tails. Objection overruled. Sorry.
Overruled.
Sorry.
I have no interest,
continue,
Your Highness.
Joe. Yeah.
Your Highness, unlike Skizzleman and Zombie Cleo here, I have no interest in wasting the court's time.
Thanks.
I have no further questions.
I am very busy. I think you're free to go. You're free to go.
Come on, False. You did a terrible job. Let's go back to the else.
Yes, False did do a terrible job. Okay, now you can do your double witness thing.
I would like to call Beef to the stand.
Yay! Vintage Beef, everybody!
I'm a little scared.
Longtime Minecrafter, all the way back from the Minecraft server. We've got a lot of history together, don't we?
Absolutely, Your Highness. Absolutely. I think this is maybe the second trial where we've been a part of, Your Highness.
It is our second trial. That's fantastic. Oh, okay. Skiz, go ahead.
Beef,
Quiet.
Thank you for taking the time to come on in here and share your disposition on what we're witnessing here. I'd like to tell you I'm just a little sidebar. I'm loving your overalls, and I'm loving that flannel, sir. So I'm glad to see you. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, Beef, you heard in my own testimony, in my own words, that this man over here loves to intimidate, which is directly related to inflicting distress.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall a time when that man over there, Doc M77, demanded our permits?
Yes, absolutely. He forcefully approached us and said, "Hey, I'm the guy who wants all the wood," and basically,
I heard it. It was good.
Basically, wanted to take our wood permits.
He did.
And we were kind of forced to work with him because of his forceful nature.
Yes. And do you recall
Cool.
when we had ourselves a fun little innocent prank with Mr. M77, and the way he retaliated was to blow us up? He took the time out of his day to build a giant statue just to lure us in to kill both of us in one fell swoop. We never threatened him, but here he comes and takes both our lives.
Say the people that built a giant fish in my hourglass. You can't be kidding me.
Wait for the cross.
That's a strike.
Oh.
All right, continue.
Now, I would like to say that is now 3 examples, including the one that we are here to work out, and 3 is definite proof of a pattern of intimidation.
3 strikes, you're out.
Your witness.
Thank you. Vintage Beef.
Howdy,
If
Joe.
you were to hand make a beautiful toy for a child,
Yes.
would you make that toy small enough to fit in the child's esophagus?
No, absolutely not. I mean, that's got to be that's a safety risk.
And if it was a baby, would you make
Yes.
that toy exceptionally large to be sure there's no chance of any sort of problem?
Oh, you couldn't make it exceptionally large either, because then if it falls on top of the baby, then you got problems.
Well,
Very good point.
but
Yeah.
larger,
As a
for
father,
example, than
Yes.
it might be.
Yeah, you're not-
Objection, relevance.
we're going head to tail.
Oh.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What do you pick, heads or tails?
I'm
We
picking
pick
heads.
first.
Heads.
What? Why
okay.
he again?
Because he objected. We're going to
Unjust-
see. And it's an objection on relevance.
Oh.
Yes. Objection.
And
on
we got
relevance.
heads. Okay.
What?
Yeah, strike that from the record then.
Okay, well then you'll never know where my point was. That's fine.
Okay, you know what? For fun, let's just add a strike. Let's just add a strike. So that gives you a strike and you can say it. That feels good.
Hang on, no, that's their strike.
How'd I get double punished?
That's the wrong side. That's the wrong side. We're striking over here.
what?
That's 3 strikes.
What? How?
But make your point now. See?
My point is that when you and Skiz prepared a large fish for Doc, you made sure it was definitely larger than his esophagus. You knew that he was a big baby, and that if you gave him something that was too small, he could choke on it and die.
I gotta
Cleo-
be honest with
you
you, Joe. I
chose
don't
this
think
guy,
the
Doc.
esophagus entered the situation at all.
Let's pray it didn't.
Yes.
Jeez.
I was not thinking of Doc's esophagus when we built the giant fish in his hourglass.
Lord have mercy.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Seriously?
How are you feeling about yourself, Doc, right now?
All right. Okay.
All right. Well,
That's fine. Thank you, Beef, for your time.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Beef.
Goodness. Okay. Boy. Skiz, would you like to? I think we're coming down to round 3, which is usually closing statements round. So, would you like to give any closing statements?
I would, Your Highness. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh.
I won't take too much of your time on this one. I would just like to say, as much as it may sound like it, I do not hate this man. I do not hate him. I care for him. I want him to be well, just like all my brethren, all the rest of the hermits. And the only way that we can do that is that if he receives his due justice, you need to understand that to let this man walk free is to do him a disservice, to do his own attorney a service, this entire judicial system a disservice. The only way that we can right the ship is to give this man his just rewards and punish him accordingly. Thank you.
Very good. Very nice job. Very good. And you rest your case?
I rest. The plaintiff
Your
rests.
case. Okay, good. All right. Mr. Hills.
He already
Your
rested
Highness.
his case.
Skizzleman and Zombie Cleo are attempting to argue that this case is open and shut, that there's only one way you could possibly rule. Once again, that's massively disrespectful to the viewers. The viewers want to see a contest. And Cleo has dragged a man-child in here who does not try to bully people. He just does his best to share his experience of extreme emotional distress and confusion with others. This is not a crime. A crime requires
it's
both
literally a
mens
crime.
rea and actus rea.
And that's speaking out of turn. That's going to be a strike. Sorry, Joe. Sorry. All right, continue.
Skiz has gone well out of his way to confirm actus rea. He's played the evidence again and again. He's brought in witnesses trying to reaffirm the evidence, but without mens rea, which, of course, Your Highness, are very familiar with. But for the viewers at home, no, that's not a gender-specific term of diarrhea. It is a certain degree of mental competence required to commit what is actually a crime.
Oh.
And I don't think that Skiz has established that Doc is mentally competent. If anything, everything he has said is describing somebody who is almost infantile and incapable of guilt because they're incapable of remorse. I don't think this man is capable of a crime, and I don't think that you should just hand this one to the plaintiff. I think you should seriously consider what kind of message you want to send the folks at home.
Watching on national television, everybody, which brings us to our right before closing statements. We're going to have our sponsored segment. I forgot my record.
What?
Doc, are you sure you want to win this one?
I'm not sure about anything anymore, man.
It's going to prove you're a big
This
baby.
episode of Tall Claims Court is brought to you by... Oh, shoot. That's the spooky record. That's the worst record. Okay. Is brought to you by Beat-Up's Bamboo Shop. I'm sick and tired of chopping down trees with this axe. Why not have an automatic farm where you can get bamboo, or just swing by Beat-Up's Bamboo Shop to get free bamboo? Or pay the price, pay for it, and it's there for you. That record, that ruined it. That ruined the whole segment. Oh, this was crazy. Doc, are you, well, first let me talk to Cleo, because it's back, ping pong, it's back and forth. Cleo, do you want to say anything to close this out? You know, Skiz spoke for you.
Yeah,
Would you like to
sure.
speak for yourself for a second?
I will speak for myself. Now, the pig was irreplaceable. He got catapulted into the pit via boat and fishing rods, and I can't replace him. He was going to go from build height to base to bedrock. Can't do that now. He's lost a lifetime. He's lost an experience. And I've lost that experience with him. And I am deeply, deeply emotionally traumatized. And I'm not asking for money. No. I'm going to ask for a simple injunction against that's going to help Doc in the future. I just want Doc to not be able to use diamonds to do redstone with anymore.
No.
Okay.
What?
Listen, that's my
There's
job.
limits to this, okay?
Rich, I don't need the diamonds.
Calm down, Doc. Just calm down. We're not going to lose
What?
this one.
No, what? Calm down.
This is my. Hey! You're at
We have
4
the
strikes
truth on our
now
side.
with that
We have the
outburst.
truth on our
All right,
side.
and Joe gets another rocket to the head. So,
Ow.
all right, Cleo, I gotta tell you, that was way better than anything Skiz said. Skiz was talking, and all I just heard was blah, 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 blah. But that was really good, real heartfelt. So,
To probably
if you're
represent
thinking
myself.
about paying him, maybe don't.
I've already paid him.
Jeez.
You already paid him? All right, well, you're lost. You live and you learn. Doc, now you may. And remember, you're at 4 strikes, so keep it cool.
I have to say, there is a long history of Zombie Cleo tormenting me and pushing me and bullying me around. I want to go back to the start of the season, where I spent sleepless nights, 72 hours in a row, to breed up my villagers. And just out of haha, because it's funny, they took my villagers and then later really embezzled me out of half of the profits by selling some weird coffee mugs. You don't know. It's been an ongoing thing, but I've been forgiving. I reached out with a rainbow-colored olive branch. All right?
Yes.
I want to make peace and love. That's all I care about. I'm just a humble boutique owner. And then it started. An underground group called the Glitchers started to terrorize me to a level that is unbearable to any normal human being. So I was really under emotional distress. So I thought I go to my newfound friend, Cleo. And, speak to her from my heart. And what did I get in response? Mockery. Degradation.
I believe I said you were overreacting.
Ridicule. Strike. She interrupted.
Sure. That's good. That's a strike.
You're
That's
telling
a strike.
me
You
gotta
shut up.
So
And
I go
rocket for
over
skis.
there and wanna, share my pain that I'm being, really terrorized. Somebody is stealing my redstone, or that means the world to me. My redstone, that is all I live for in this Minecraft world. And all I received was mockery. So I thought, from a perspective of a friend, I need to teach her what it feels to lose something. And it was out of desperation, I might add, because I was longing for her affection and she was denying it. And I was
this is
emotionally completely destroyed. And then I rose my hand, and I don't even remember the act, and I killed the pig. The moment the sword came down, I regretted it already.
Okay.
But it happened,
Uh-huh.
and I think I'm insane, right?
That's basically it.
We're
Okay.
we're pleading a little bit of insanity then.
Yeah, a fifth of insanity. Not the whole thing. It's more that he's a big baby, but there's a little bit of in there.
A little bit of insanity in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cleo, did I hear you try to talk? Well,
No,
that was
I asked
going
if
on.
I
That's
could,
another
no,
strike.
I
It's
asked if
4
I
to
could have a
4.
rebuttal, Your Honor.
We're going heads or tails. You heads or tails, Cleo?
Oh no, it doesn't matter, I guess. Heads?
Heads. Okay, let's see. Do you get a rebuttal? Just a second. You do get a rebuttal.
I do
Go
get a
ahead.
rebuttal. Okay, can I point out that I didn't steal the villagers because it was funny. I stole them because Cub told me that Doc was going to murder them, so it was a mission
I
of
saw that.
mercy.
Yes.
So that's how it started. But also, Doc is just completely unhinged when it comes to people messing with his redstone, and I feel like my punishment would take that away, that impetus, that emotional bond with the diamond ore that he's stressing about. And I think if we take that away from him, this won't happen again.
Right. Okay.
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
My client is unhinged in every context. This is
Not
the
just the
way that he
redstone.
experiences the world. He has been doing his best to be more understanding of people from different backgrounds all over the world by fighting bigots on Twitter. That is the only way that he can really embrace trying to help make the world a more just place. He doesn't just look at things and say, this could be better. He says, I need to fight about this.
Uh-huh.
Once again, this is not a mature or rational response, but it is Doc M77. And what we have here is a mature and rational woman mistreating a baby. It's not cool. Why you gotta
true
be like that?
baby. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to deliberate with me, and I will come back with my judgment. And I'm back.
That was fast.
All right.
Lord have mercy.
I think from the very start, this is just a sad moment. It's sad that Doc had undergone the emotional duress that he went through. I think that's very sad that you've been pushed to such a point. I think it's sad. It's unfair. It is another case. It's something else. It's not this. This is specifically killing the pig. Cleo, I'm very sad that that pig, which had a story behind it and future content with it, has been taken away from you. So here's my judgment. Doc M77, I've heard quite frequently that you use the terms, I don't like to do anything, very frequently. Isn't that correct? You say, I don't like to do anything. That's why we have all these
Anything-
redstone contraptions and whatnot.
Mhm,
Be very careful, because you are on 4 strikes.
mhm.
You
Yes,
will do
sir.
something. You
Oh.
will be doing something.
No.
You don't like to do anything, you will be doing something. Cleo, you will prepare for Doc M77 up in the sky, a single block with a chest on top.
Okay.
You will provide him with what you deem necessary for survival. In Doc M77, you will survive up there for 2 weeks.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
2 weeks.
What?
What?
If
I'm
your
getting
feet,
banished?
if your feet hit the ground before the end of that 2 weeks, another week is added.
What?
That's perfect.
You
And
gotta be kidding me.
that judgment is final. We want to thank you all here for watching today's episode of Tall Claims Court. My judgment is final.
What the hell, Joe?
I did my
This
best,
was
man.
not
You really
what we
didn't.
talked about. What are you talking
You
about?
gave me
being a
nothing
baby?
to work
This is
with.
our
You gave
defense.
me nothing to work
And I have to
with.
stand here on
Doc, you were
4 strikes.
gender rights
Do
guilty.
you know the veins on my neck are about to explode? Oh my god! This was our defense strategy. Oh Lord,
This is the
have mercy.
only
I'm gonna
shot
live
we
on
had.
a freaking sky
The
island.
only shot we had, Doc.
You got to be kidding me.
It's okay, Doc. I'm
You
not
were
going
so
to leave
guilty.
you.
No one else would have even tried.
So
I'm not going to
guilty.
leave you. Like, it's not going to be bad. I'm going to give you things that are going to be useful.
But I have things to do. I
Not
can't
anymore,
live in the
dude. You've got to
sky.
make a sky island, Doc.
That was the best punishment ever.
What?
So, Your Honor, for my own
Yeah.
curiosity, how high up does it have to be?
Cleo can pick.
I'm so happy.
This is going to be
No,
great.
don't put it on build limit so I can't build anything up there.
No. I'll give you a water. I'll give you a water bucket. I'll give you a lava bucket. You can do water streams and figure out how to pillar down a little bit.
I will build an empire up there and strike down upon all of
Not
you.
without redstone, you
You said-
won't.